The time has now come, everybody, to discuss the first part of our lesson. Again, we're talking about Sherlock Holmes, which, of course, is a famous detective. And, of course, he's from England, but he's fictional, right? He doesn't really exist, but everybody knows about Sherlock Holmes, at least in Western countries.
Yeah, if you're fictional, you're a character or a person that someone has made up. They've imagined you in their own mind, and maybe you're a fictional character in a book or a play or here a movie. Sherlock Holmes, of course, started out in a book. Now, he's a detective. I talked about what that means earlier in our introduction. That's someone whose job is to go around looking for information. Maybe they interview people. They look for clues wherever they can. They're pretty smart. What they're trying to do is find something or perhaps find a person that's missing. Detective here, of course, is our word power word. Let's take a closer look.
Word Power. Hi, and welcome to Word Power. Today's word is detective. Today's article is about a detective named Sherlock Holmes. Detective is a noun that means someone whose job is to go to a crime scene and look for information about who did the crime. Detectives will interview any people that were nearby. Most detectives work for the police, but some, like Sherlock Holmes, work on their own. The verb detect means to discover that something is there. For example, dogs use their noses to detect nearby food. That's all the time we have for Word Power today. Thanks for listening.
Now, you might also hear the terms private eye or private investigator. They're the same thing. A detective just tries to solve mysteries like murders and robberies and things like that. And again, this is a famous fictional detective called Sherlock Holmes. And if you think about Sherlock Holmes, you might imagine a serious man sitting quietly in an armchair while smoking a pipe. Pipes aren't so popular anymore, but in the past people smoked more, and there were different ways to enjoy tobacco. You could smoke cigarettes or cigars, and some people would smoke a pipe, which is kind of like a tube that you put the tobacco in and you light it and you smoke it. My dad used to smoke a pipe, but not anymore. Of course, he's too old for that. But I don't really see a lot of people smoking pipes, but of course Sherlock Holmes had a famous pipe that was really curved. It would curve down and he'd be going, "I see, Dr. Watson."
Yeah, he did have a very long pipe. Well, if you are imagining this serious guy just sitting in a chair smoking on his pipe, you're going to be in for a shock when you see the new Sherlock Holmes movie. Because the Sherlock Holmes in the movie isn't like that at all. He's very different. Now, we're saying that the movie's going to burst on to screens this month, which means it's going to arrive in a big splash. Everyone's going to pay a lot of attention. I think it's going to be a popular film because of the 2 stars they've cast in the leads.
That's right. So, Sherlock Holmes will be played by Robert Downey Jr., who is one of your favorite actors, right? Exactly. And he is still...
Let me mention, he was the lead actor in Iron Man, if you don't recognize that name.
Iron Man, right? That strong guy made out of steel.
Yeah.
Well, again, Robert Downey Jr. is playing the role of Sherlock Holmes, and he is still as smart as ever, but now he's a tough, cool action hero. So I guess they're going to kind of change the role a little bit. He's tough, like 007, and he's cool, of course. He doesn't let anything scare him. He's always very composed and confident, so he's going to be very cool, and he's going to be tough, and I think there's going to be a lot of action in this movie as well.
Oh, I hope so. It sounds like it's going to be exciting. Now, someone else who is in the film is an actor whose name is Jude Law. Now, Jude Law is British. He's actually from England. Robert Downey Jr., of course, is an American. He might do a good accent, though. Robert Downey Jr. is a terrific actor. Now, Jude Law plays his trusty partner, Dr. Watson. You know, Sherlock Holmes always had a partner, and together they would solve crimes. If you're trusty, you're someone who's been around a long time. You're someone that other person can depend on. You might have a trusty pen or pencil, and you just love it. It's never let you down. Well, his partner has never let Sherlock Holmes down either.
So they are a team, and they do all sorts of things. They chase down beautiful women.
Whoa.
Not because they like them, probably because they want information from them.
Oh.
And they also beat up bad guys.
Good.
Which is good. And they also will blow up parts of London. To blow something up means you use a bomb and you cause a lot of damage with that bomb. So I guess they're doing this to try to solve problems or solve mysteries or something like that. And they're doing all these things on their way to solving their case. The case, or the thing that they're supposed to solve. Somebody hired them to solve some kind of mystery. Okay, everybody, that brings us to the end of our explanation about the first part. It's time now to listen to our Chinese teacher.